I'm Doug, and I'm a Kumara grower in the Kaipara region. So we roughly farm around 200 hectares, and roughly 80 hectares of that goes into kumaras each year. And out of season, we don't do any other crops, we just solely kumaras, and we fatten a few cattle and maybe a couple of thousand lambs. So that's how we roll and rotate around over our 12-month season. Yeah, we employ quite a few staff here when we're in season. It's about 7 of us that are full-time employed here throughout the year, and probably, I would say, around 40 to 50 in our peak time of casual staff come in. We also employ 13 RSE employees that come in from Vanuatu for a 7-month stint. They are the backbone of our workforce, and over the last 15 years or so that we've employed them, they have become like family. So they're my brothers and sisters from a different mother. We have good banter. They pull me into line when I step over the line, but we give each other a bit of cheek and light-hearted humour and everything. So, and they poke the borax back at me. So yeah, it's really good. Yeah, and Kubota people get the same borax too when they come around and visit us. Cut. So yeah, it brings a different dynamic to the people on the farm when we're working here, so it's quite neat. We have a good long association with Kubota over the years. One thing I do like about Kubota and the association with Norwood and the Kubota franchise is that they have brought people from the factory on farm here to see what we do and listen to the issues that we have and problems. And they've gone away and they solve those problems, and the newer tractors, new models that come out, have got those features added in and the improvements been made. So that's good that somebody's listening. I understand we're a very small market in New Zealand for Kubota on the world's scale, but they do still come in and listen and take on board what we have to say. So I haven't had that from other brands, so we appreciate that. When it comes to the different models of tractors of the Kubota range, we have a need for a 50 horse and right up to the 170 horse. So whether we want a little 50 horse tractor to pull a planter or a water cart, or we want to operate some heavier gear, and even out of season, just your general farm duties, we turn into a sheep and beef farm and just feeding out silage or hay and cutting drain cleanings away, things like that. So we do all those sorts of things. So there's no one model that I really like above the others. They're all very reliable when it comes to the engine. And really the only problems you have is replacing an alternator or a battery or maybe a fan boat every now and again. There's very little other gremlins that get in there. They're a really good, solid, dependable tractor. So right across their range, whether it's a stationary motor used for fuel, a pump or something, they are very reliable. And one thing, when you've got one Kubota, they actually, for a new driver to come in and jump from machine to machine doing whatever operation it is, they already know how to operate the tractor because it's the same as the one they've just got out of and the one they got out the day before. So they understand the layout and everything like that. So that's another good reason to stick with one brand. So the continuity for your staff is really good. So I quite often get asked by other farmers and growers that haven't got Kubotas and ask me, the good points and is it worth exploring them getting one. So I always tell them they've been a solid, good, reliable, dependable tractor for myself and for what I do. I don't want to bullshit them in any way about over trying to sell them. I just keep it real, and some guys are very one-eyed, if you like, about a particular brand of tractor. Whereas I try, and if they're asking me an honest question, well, I think I try and keep it honest and real, so they're not going to get a surprise. So it doesn't actually quite fit what I wanted it to do, whatever. So I say, do your homework and come out and have a demo, and we can run you through it. And I'd probably say more things good about them if I could get a commission, but I'm still waiting for that. I just got to get that in there. Cut! Yeah. I just try and tell them all the good things that I find, and some of the things they're not so strong on. So, but when you put it all together, it's still a good round packaged tractor. It doesn't have too many faults.
Awesome.
And it's orange.
It's orange.